annoying mission that you have to do, and it requires a bag of fish. And I'm just gonna, we said you gotta, okay, you damn bird! Okay, I'm trying to dig up all these turnips. If this lady here slugs you, you gotta restart the whole thing. So but every time you paint on her, it'll stun her for a second. So you can basically cheat the system in a way. I had no idea you can do that. And the first time I played. And if you like run too far away from the turnips here, they will respawn. Oh boy, better get her. And so gotta. Oh boy, better here. I don't like that she's so close. Okay, run, get away from her. Yeah. This here, you can do what I just did here later on in the game. I decided to do it now to get it out of the way. So I'm not sure if all characters, but I think at least all of them in the Okami village here are all based off some kind of legend or something. I'm not entirely sure. So I believe this is optional as well, but you can go here and you can you use rejuvenation to rejuvenate a clothes line, a drying pole, because that's how things work apparently. Also, you can next you're supposed to do is draw a sun, and somehow that doesn't burn everything to a crisp, but yeah. So, oh yeah, the fact there's a white wolf. Now, Isu mentioned it earlier, but yeah, they can't see Ami's markings and all that. So to them, Ami is just a plain white wolf. But even though they can't see your markings, it's like, there's a white wolf, or hell, just a wolf running through your village. You're not concerned that there's a wild animal running through your, no. I mean, it's pretty tame, but yeah, nobody's concerned that there's a wolf running through the village. You know, normally animal control is usually called if that happens, but no, apparently not here. So, Kushi's rice wheel, whatever it is, you gotta use rejuvenation on it and to fix it. So, Kushi is one of the main characters of the first arc. And go over here and talk to her. She's so anyways, so she is a brewer, whatever. She makes a sake for the village. You what?
I miss sake.
You miss sake? What does it even taste like?
It depends on if you get a good brand or not. If you're drinking the really, really cheap stuff, it tastes like you would imagine nail polish remover tastes like. Not that I've ever drank nail polish remover, but it tastes like what that smells like. But,
so like, oh, okay. So I guess like how Bacardi tastes like, I guess.
Pretty much. But there's different brands. So, the really cheap stuff is pretty bad. But there's a couple different brands. There's like, I guess it's unrefined sake. It's white. So normally sake is clear, but there's a couple different brands I've tried that were like, they don't filter out. I don't know, it's made a little differently, but it's white sake. And if you can get that stuff, it is actually really, really smooth and really, really good. So, like, the cheap, like, shochibai is gonna be pretty caustic. But if you can get a bottle of, like, white sake, you'll know when you see it, because, like, it's snowy. Like, you can't see through it. It's opaque. But it tastes like melted angels. So, get you some of that. Because that is the good stuff.
Oh, I don't drink, so.
Well,
and
try. Just try like one little sake cup of the white stuff.
Well,
so just to try it.
Well, nah, I'm not gonna drink. I'm gonna stick to my boring diet of water.
Okay, well.
And it really, at this point right now, I don't know. Hopefully, it seems to be coming back, but oh, here's a red imp. They're a bit stronger than the green imp. Also, they wear these paper masks, all the imps, and they all say something. I can't remember what it is that they say, but it's like something like ka, ro, ha, e, something like that. But yeah. But I've lost my, for those who don't, I've told Lady here, but I've lost my sense of smell and taste, so, but knock on wood, it seems to be coming back a bit. Like, I had some fries from Burger King today, and, like, I tasted something. I can taste part of the potato or whatever. So even if I did start drinking sake, at this point right now, it's not going to matter, because I wouldn't be able to, you know, tell the difference or tell the flavor of it. But yeah, unless it's like you put a whole bunch of salt in it, maybe I would.
I don't recommend putting salt in sake.
Well, then yes. Well then. Yeah, that's gonna.
But in general, if anyone else wants my advice on sake, go for the white stuff. And there's a couple different brands of it, but it's really smooth. It's much better than, like, you know, just regular cheap sake.
So the greatest warrior, in quotes, Susanoo. From my understanding, Susanoo's name actually has 2 O's in it. But for the Western release, they cut the one off. Like Mushi has some kind of letters. Some of the names have been shortened or whatever. So I don't know. Is it Susanoo or Susanoo or Susanoo? I don't know.
Typically, when there's like two O's or something, it's a long vowel, and unless you're somewhat used to speaking Japanese, you're not going to be able to tell the difference.
Tactics?
Yeah.
Never even heard of it.
Okay. Well, it came to mind because there's on Onmyoji, he's like a priest exorcist guy, and he captures this Kuronoe, like a Japanese demon guy with black wings. It's like a crow demon. And
wait, what are their names?
Kuronoe means like black nue, and nue is it's like a kind of yokai.
Oh god, I thought you said, well, you said crow demon. I thought you said Tomoe for a second. There's this anime called Kami-sama Kiss, and they have a crow god demon character and a fox god demon character named Tomoe, and the crow is something else. I don't remember what the crow's name is, but yeah, they have it's this humanoid crow creature with black wings. So, yeah.
Anyway, there's a character named Yoko, and she's a fox demon, which is like Yoko. So like, it's funny because Yoko is a woman's name and Yoko is a fox, and they sound pretty much identical unless you are used to Japanese and you pick up the longer vowels. To the untrained ear, it just sounds exactly the same. So that's why a lot of times if there's like a long vowel, they'll just shorten it when you transliterate it into English. So that may have happened with Okami.
You offer.
How long does it take you to play through this game?
Hold on. You offer this to other gods. Good. Excuse me. Good question. So for the last, I don't know how many times I played it, for like last 20, 30 some parts or times I played, I got down to like 5.5 hours. But that's because I was running to everything. I was skipping every single cutscene. But now, because we're doing the Let's Play, I'm not going to be skipping the cutscenes and all that. So, it might take over 20 hours. And so, I'm guessing, say, maybe a week total in time it'll take us. But yeah, you see, this is a very story-based game, so there's a lot of cutscenes, a lot of talking. Or, not really talking, it's that, what's it called? It's that one game. Oh man, I should know it. Animal Crossing is kind of like Animal Crossing. Where they don't really talk, or The Legend of Zelda, where they don't talk, but they make like these noise or whatever. Actually, no, take that. Legend of Zelda doesn't have like either. I like the first words they'll say, they'll make a noise, but yeah, so it's more like Animal Crossing.
I had the worst experience in Zelda. So, growing up, I didn't have any video game game consoles or anything because we were too poor for that. But like I was in, I guess I must have been in high school. So my parents had divorced, and I was staying with my dad for a couple weeks in the summer. Back when my dad still talked to me. But I was at his place, and so he had remarried, and like the woman he married, like she had grandkids, so they had a spare bedroom, which is where I was staying, and they had an old video game console there. The only game they had was Zelda. So they had like 2 games. They were really good with most. I could not get Zelda to work. I don't know what the problem was, but it was like stuck on this one part in the game that like basically as soon as the game would start up, there would be a scene with Link, and he would run straight off a cliff and die. And like I don't know, the controller like wasn't responding. It worked fine with whatever other game I was playing, which I think was Mario or something. It wasn't very memorable, but I wanted to play that game, but every time the video game started up, there would be on a cliff, and he would just immediately run off the cliff and die. And I could not get him to do anything else. I couldn't stop him. I couldn't start the game in any other place. I don't think that was the beginning of the game. I don't know what the problem was with that game. I've never experienced a glitch like that before.
Maybe.
But I couldn't get the game to do anything else. It was just like Link throwing himself to his death because he'd rather die than let me play the game. So I never actually got to play that game. And that was my experience with Zelda.
Oh man, I've played a couple of Zelda games. Maybe your copy or their copy was scratched or something. Was it, if there's a clip, was it a 3D Zelda game or was it one of those 2D games?
This was an older game. I think it was, I don't even think it was on a disc. It might have been one of those like the plastic cartridges.
Okay, you know? Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time is on they're the 3D ones, and those are on the Nintendo 64. I
mean, this is when I was in high school, so this would have been a little over 20 years ago.
Yeah, shoot, I think Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, I think they came out around the late 90s, early 2000s. So
I do not remember what specific Zelda game it was. But I don't know what the problem was. I've never seen a game do that before. It didn't like go to a menu or anything. It just was stuck on this one particular spot, and there was no way to stop Link from committing suicide. So I just gave up, and the other game I played was like Mario, and there were like 2 games. So.
So each town had like a little market here, a merchant. You go up to them, talk to them. So if you need a fish bag, say I don't have any, you can go here buy yourself a bag of fish. You can buy 2. So we have the lucky number 13. And you buy things like this exorcism slip S. You buy these, you use them in battle, and it will help damage the enemies a bit. Vision slip. This will allow you to be temporarily invincible. Steel fish sake increases your